How can something as beautiful as this be dying? Welcome to Biomutant. It's a bridge. Just get over it. They've restroyed this area, muddied up what used to be muck, as if it wasn't bad enough before the tri-war began. That's the Jagni tribe's fort. Their friendship can be a blessing or a curse. It's up to you. You're either a part of their solution to the tribe war, or part of the problem. Let's see. Says they're wary of strangers. They're at war. The Sifu is mindful of his time, but thinks you'll just have to find out for yourself if he's willing to spend some of it on you.
Zata is the moi totloho. Kariesne statse. Paro, ya put.
The Jagni tribe wants to become omnipresent and, most importantly, feared. They want to vanquish the tribes, as the only way they can guarantee peace is through supremacy. The Sifu is determined to let the World Eaters destroy the Tree of Life, as it's part of their strategy to cleanse the world and start anew. He welcomes you to the Jagni fort and introduces himself as the tribe's Sifu. The news of a cold-blooded Ronin crossing the Great... He's referring to your rampage through Bunker 101. It seems you don't mind a bit of blood on your hands. That's something you have in common. He understands that sometimes we need to lose ourselves, to find ourselves. But he's glad you chose to come here. There's something about your spirit that sparks memories of you as a kidling. He can still sense you're kind-hearted. Sometimes one memory can make another come to life. He hasn't thought about your Muma for ages, even though she taught him a lot. He was one of the original Wang Fu disciples. Your Muma invented Wang Fu. Originally, it was based on unarmed combat and the 6 weapons: the boomerang, the shuriken, the bow, the staff, the nunchuk, and the hook and chain. The Sifu says it's time to set the past aside, at least for now. Unrest is sweeping the land, and there are rivals in all directions. Jagni doesn't want a new unity between the tribes. Their goal is to become omnipresent and, most importantly, feared. Says there is some darkness in the best of us, even you, and suggests you embrace that side of you and help them vanquish the tribes and let... He had a feeling you'd say that. You're not sinister enough to be a Jagni. That big heart of yours makes you weak. He'll give you a chance to change your mind before you leave and asks you to reconsider. Otherwise, you'll be seen as a rival. Then so be it. He wants you to know that they'll show no mercy at the end of this war, and offers you a last chance to come back and join when you realize you've picked the wrong side. And with that, he urges you to seek protection at Myriad's Stone Fort before word gets out that you've chosen not to side with them. It was built on the back of many, including us, and claimed by Myriad when the construction was abandoned, after the attack on the old village. It was your Mooma's vision for a new home for us all.
Novi, una vochni dlohoni.
It's time to say goodbye for now. And if it's not the kind of goodbye that lasts forever, then the next will mean the end for you. Better beware, that's a mump up ahead. They were hit hard by evolution, the wonky ones especially, deformed and unfurred.
Bullets everywhere. Nice shot. You're in pain.
Seems like a peculiar item. Hey, smarty. Let's see. It's unusual that natural tunnels like this still exist. Most of them got flooded. This area was beautiful before the tribe war began. Look at it now. It's a war zone. That's the Myriad Tribe's fortress. Will they be friends or foe? You should head up there. That way you'll know. Let's see. It's a beaten path to that door. If you go there, you'd better make an entrance. Says they're wary of strangers. They're at war. He can see you're a free spirit, so he'll let you in. The Sifu is always interested in meeting someone open to joining their cause.
Sibi? Lappanen aginkanman. Geradna falo hutut mustugai la wute.
The Myriad tribe act on understanding of the greater good and a code of honor. They believe uniting the tribes is the only way to restore the peace. The Sifu is convinced that defeating the World Eaters and saving the Tree of Life is the only way to make the world a better place. He welcomes you to the Myriad Fort and introduces himself as the tribe's Sifu. But he was hoping you'd show up. The news of a vigilante Ronin on crusade crossing the Great Wall through the crack in Bunker 101 has proceeded. He heard you took out-of-date side against the scavengers in Bunker 101. It seems you believe in helping your next, and that's something you have in common. He's convinced you've returned for a reason, and is glad you chose to come here. There's something about your spirit that sparks memories of you as a kidling. He can still sense you're kind-hearted. The Sifu says sometimes one memory can make another come to life. He hasn't thought about your Muma for ages, even though she taught him a lot. He was one of the original Wang Fu disciples. There were 6 of them, but the unity fell apart after Lupa Lupin attacked the old village. Soon after, they formed new tribes based on their own values, and when the Blight started, the animosity escalated to war. The Sifu was waiting for something to tip the balance in their favor, and with you by their side, he's confident you can unite the other tribes. The one you should coerce first is the Jagni tribe. The Jagni tribe may believe that fear and hatred will lead them to domination. A vanquisition of the tribes and destruction of the Tree of Life won't be the restart they want. It's just an end to everything. Their kin have run out of options and found themselves backed into a corner. Even those who desire peace have been forced to prepare for war. They might bring them war, but they'll never take away their inner peace. He wants you to focus. These are the new rival outposts your tribe needs to take control of. He says you'll regret not being on their side. The only way you'll learn their secrets, Wung Fu and the tribe weapon now, is if you defeat him. And that will never happen. You both have gentle minds, so they want to wage a gentle war. A war that bonds as much as it breaks. Tells you not to be afraid. Your fate cannot be taken from you. Claim the rival outposts and earn the right to wield the tribe weapon. Once you've dealt with the rivals' outposts, you'll challenge their Sifu to unite their tribe with yours and let your kin share land again. They passed the point of no return as their words lost power and see no other way forward than using violence to combat violence. Seeing you brings back his memories of the old village. Myriad wants unity between the tribes. Their goal is understanding of the greater good and establishing a code of honor. He remembers your kind and unselfish soul and can sense you still have it in you, the will to do good. Anyway, the memories you make with your family are strong and can sometimes come to life. Passing the old village on your way to the first rival outpost might help. He can't blame you for not remembering, but he can sense the stillness of something lost. Time is lost on this place, but it evokes a tingling sensation. There's something special about it, drawing you closer. Let's see. As time passes, memories fade, and sometimes feelings change. It's not about who you were, it's about who you'll become. This story is far from over. Echoes of a long-lost past, like whispers in the wind. Here's someone who takes each day as it comes. He asks how you are today. Then he wants you to know that if you find yourself going through bad times, you should just keep going. He wonders where you've been. He hopes you've been out at the lake, practicing your swimming technique. Goop says some choose to be lonely because no one understands what they're going through. If that's you, he'll try to help you if you let him. He thinks you should really know how to swim by now. And he'll be honored. He says, that wasn't too bad, was it? He says a feeling that you're going to drown is a great reminder of the need to learn how to swim. But you need practice, lots of practice. Great things usually happen to those who never stop trying. He hopes you'll be one of them. You just need more time in the surf. That's the only way you'll ever learn how to swim. He knows that's not true. You've just made up your mind you're not. Judging by your Muma's look, it seems you forgot something. You promised you'd train with her before the sun goes down. It's time to go. The dedication to training is important. You can't rely solely on the fact that Wang Fu is in your blood. You should know, practice makes perfect. As long as it doesn't kill you, it'll only make you stronger. She'll see you at the village square. She'll be waiting for you. There will be a surprise for you at the end, too. Here's another familiar face with lots on his mind. Asks how you're feeling today. Being nice comes easy for him. That doesn't make it less important. He was hoping you could help him pick up some scrap for a thingamajig he's working on. He's happy to hear that from someone that's a part of the coming generation. You owe it to yourself to protect the environment. You should look for things that are recyclable. It shouldn't take you too long to find some. He wonders what usefulness you found. Sometimes he's an expert, but sometimes he just does what's right. He can work wonders with almost anything and asks if you know how to upcycle. He says only a few are willing to do the little things, but if you make enough of them, they can have a big impact too. He'd love to teach you to upcycle, and the scrap you found would be a good start. You did well, but he can't help but wonder why you decided to craft a weapon. He believes being considerate will help you feel at peace with yourself. He understands, but hopes you won't be needing it anytime soon. He thinks mastering the 6 weapon styles of Wang Fu is more than enough for anyone. He's looking forward to seeing what you'll make next. It seems you have a talent for this. It looks like she's starting to lose her patience. You know she doesn't like waiting for you. She wants to see you on the village square right away.
Andro?
Then you've got a good excuse. You share a responsibility to prevent hardship on nature and the environment. It's your future. She wants you to grow up and start thinking for yourself. You really need to find yourself before she's gone. She won't live forever, you know that. But she intends to make the most of every day she gets, especially the ones you share together. You've always followed your own path, but this time she needs you to follow her. Then start by meeting her on the village square and take it from there. She knows you're a free spirit, always on the move, like the wind. They look determined. Better watch out. He asks you to stop right there and wonders where you think you're going. He says that it's not too late for you to turn back, though. There's no way they'll let you pass. He wants to know who you think you are. They push each other to become better, and sometimes someone gets pushed down along the way.
Bendrine senema.
She asks if you're hurt. What happened?
Bendrine senema.
She's there for all disciples. That's her commitment as Sifu, and when she needs them, they're there for her and each other.
Tropalo.
The most important thing is that you're okay.
Narolute.
It's time to focus on your training now.
Aplitonumuta. Kanamunta.
She said it before, Wang Fu will keep your body in good health, and that's how you keep your mind strong and clear. Here's someone close to heart, doing what he does best.
Why at Foodlia higher?
Seeing you always puts a smile on your Popsy's face. He wants to know how you're feeling.
Sarevanyad Sab
He heard you helped Gizmo clean up. He's proud of you.
Bon.
He asks if you could help him too before you leave for training.
Kakalba.
He wishes that was true for your Mooma too, but guiding the village into the future and teaching Wang Fu to her disciples seems more important for every day. He suggests you get going and find him gadgets and ideas for how you can upcycle some old fabrics.
Tudu Baba.
He's curious to see what you've found.
Khalifav Cairo.
He says whatever it is, it shouldn't be left forgotten at the bottom of a pile of recyclables.
Untlum Intabadanj.
He can work wonders with pretty much anything and asks if you know how to upcycle.
Lech.
Thinks some are and some aren't. One thing's for sure, though, your Mooma thinks it all takes up too much space in the house.
Gar.
He says it's about time you learned how and offers to teach you, starting with the scrap you found.
Badan Udidimada Bulshada. Gar.
The style might be too edgy for his taste, but it looks sharp on you.
Untlum Faubsor.
He knows she's already proud of you and everything you've achieved so far.
Karmianda Gagunu.
You should take it with you, wear it to practice.
La Fea Nuchtana. Untisa Fela.
He's sure your Mooma will forgive you for not wearing the traditional outfit.
Ja.
He's looking forward to seeing what you'll make next. It seems you have a talent for this.
Tatenko baba sakting.
Your Mooma says it's about time you got here.
Domale tuk. Kial domale kanoro tono.
Wants you to understand that you can do anything if you work really hard.
Andro amun.
She says she is eager to get started. You don't have much time left before the sun goes down.
Amun. Mustiki muhka,
But there's enough time left for repetition, and you need it. Training dummies
gendrana mala.
wants you to prove that with some practice first.
Gendrana mala.
Your Muma says you did well today. She's so proud of you.
Ruhemuh tono.
Thanks you for being such a good student.
Antoro anora kapapom.
Been working on a present for you, with the help of Gizmo and Wiz.
Asanna yotutupu. Rumblene marsamavunundu.
You should go see him and find out what it is. You've deserved it.
Gendrana mala.
Says he's always thought so well of you, just like her. Catchy.
Sanna yote.
Your Muma says she's never seen an apparatus as green as this little thing. It's wonderful.
Bolakamun rukna.
Figuring that out is half the fun.
Taifanana numa. Do male tuk.
A piece of Scraptronics like this has built-in old-world tech that makes it a potent communication device.
Ingadaldo.
It's called an automaton, and it's hardwired to your DNA. It'll follow wherever you go and see whatever you see.
Taifanana numa.
You're lucky to have such a fine helper with you.
Kamonu.
Your Muma says you look tired. No wonder. It's been a long day.
Andro.
Says a good rest makes you ready for tomorrow. Rest, and you'll find strength for tomorrow. Nothing could stop Lupa Lupin from setting the world on fire. Your Muma urges you to blaze a trail. A burnt kidling will learn to dread fire. Give it a last burst and you'll make it.
Very.
Your Muma says this is it. The time has come. She must fight Lupa Lupin. This time there's no escape. She can hear him coming.
Katja Dobruta. Mustiki muhka.
There's nowhere to run to this time. The time has come to stand and fight.
Kotutuku. Gendrana mala. Masanna.
Whatever happens, you need to know she loves you. And everything she's done has been to protect you, your Popsy, and those she was chosen to lead.
Kanamunta.
She tells you to stay back. This is her fight. It has nothing to do with you. History has finally caught up with her.
Vendrine senna.
Exactly what she wants you to do. Here it comes. The past coming to haunt the present. You must go through fire and water to make it out of here. Your Muma says you can make it if you believe in it. Where she goes, you go. Blood is thicker than water. You're in deep surf. Don't make waves. The surf goes where it wants to go. It'll take you to the shore as long as you go with the flow. Death is not to be feared by one who has lived life with a pure heart. A part of her will live on in you. The creature is hungry for more. Nothing is going to stand in its way now. If a sacrifice is made for someone else, it's not lost, but passed on to the next. Life must go on. Real sacrifice comes from love and necessity when all other options are exhausted. The ultimate test of conscience is the willingness to give up anything to save what you truly care about. What you do for yourself dies with you. What you do for your kin remains and makes you immortal in their memory. As the moment fades and is lost, the only thing that remains is loneliness. It doesn't mean you'll forget your past. It simply means you need to move on. Might keep you from taking one to the knee.
Tribe's caught a fluffy hulk. Better watch out, it's no pet.
They couldn't keep it down. Fluff Hulk's on the loose. You're bruised. They couldn't keep it down. Fluff Hulk's on the loose.
Blasting him. Hits.
Your key energy is too low.
Zap 'em good.
They couldn't keep it down. Fluff Hulk's on the loose. You're fading. You're feeling mighty low. They couldn't keep it down. Fluff Hulk's on the loose. reserves are tapped.
Manapupei e pankenatush. Si pregnantia.
You gave them no choice but to take it down, even though they'd planned to take the Fluff Hulk out to the Farfnacky Leaves and let it go.
Imetala. Beveg bepa man para pupak.
They've received news a Ronin had strengthened their ranks and were looking forward to meeting you.
Repanakidai never shuntiba.
A group of myriad crusaders already headed out to Jagni's Mercadorpus outpost and are waiting for you there.
Chukamedro de oucha.
You should hurry there and help them best the outpost.
Lumumuna mana.
Not really. It's west of Bricktown. You can spot Gizmo's chug yard from the hill it resides on. Toxanol was something called a corporate juggernaut, and our world still bears the marks of the massive ecological catastrophes they inflicted upon the land. The apocalypse they caused was the end of days for their world. But for us, it was simply a beginning. Look, an emergency box from the old days, when you needed to pack a punch. Wow, bet that nut makes a tight fist. Better perk your ears up. Darkness doesn't hurt sound. Tunnels like this still carry echoes from the past. Can you hear it? Well placed. Clonkety clonk. Bites the dust. That's sure to be useful. Uppercut it. Listen to all that night noise. That notice board? Filled with the leftovers of used-to-be wants. You're getting close to one of those old Toxanol brick towns. Pay attention. The Toxanol Corporation made this place, and then just threw it away when they were done with it. Well, small ones. Places like this were cheap back in those days, and there was plenty of space. Get done with one place, you just build another. There must be a track somewhere in this brick town. Just hope it's not buried. You need to be more streetwise first. Let's pocket that. You'd think this place would be crawling with worms. Everyone loves a good hat. This corner of the world is called Bricktown. You look ready. It's a bit less black out there. Let's see. Now that's respectable. This might be the end of everything. Never thought I'd see a clothes soaker from the long gone again. It's an up cleaner of unwash, the clean-cut way to unstay. You need to get the pegs lined up to get the clothes soaker rolling. Just a few moves left. Make them count. You really put a spin on it. Would you look at that? Looks like the Fry Sparker's knobs need to be in sync if you want to get the hardware working. Just a few moves left. Make them count. It's not the Fry Sparker that's the problem, it's what's put into it. Get the knobs in sync to make the hardware work. It's a Fry Sparker mindset. Boom, you got something. It's not exactly what you wanted, but you got it right away. Amazing to see so much happening today. A flush stool from the back in time. Seems like the tighteners on the piping need to be unturned correctly to drain the flush stool. Just a few moves left. Make them count. That's what you could call a wet disaster. You need to unturn the pipe tighteners to drain the flush stool. That's the kind of trouble you really want to wash away. You might have to make your own path.
knocked him off. Every little bit helps. Not really mainstream, but okay then.
broke it down into scrap. You got something great in the making? Sharp-dressed. Feel your way through. You found the whereabouts, the deepest, darkest forest in the land, sometimes hard to see for all the trees. Victualled up your vitals. You look great. It's a resource totem, a monument left behind by those that picked scrap, trying to keep the area clean. Some wood scrap. Always happy to find that. That's a Jackney tribe outpost. Never know what's hiding out in the dark. Mercadorpa's outpost, a Jackney tribe stronghold. Let's see. Says it's time to set the outpost free. Inflict as little damage as possible as you make your way through to the rival captain. Freedom is not worth having in a world that's doomed. Here's the first line of defense. That's a bomb lobber. Spot, wrecked it. That twirly wheel works that drain pipe. Spin the twirly wheel and open that drain. Everything's clocking together. Every lock has a key. Keep going. That cage is holding a helper. They never lost hope you'd come, but weren't sure if they'd last long enough to see it. Says the tribe's been hard on them. Wants revenge on those who caged them, but trust you'll take care of it. A sharpshooter. The scaffolding looks unstable. Better stay clear of the red ray. Here's the second line of defense. red means danger. Timber. Bet a big bump will bring it down. Switched off the light. A barrel shoot. Smack it to get a barrel out of it. Then hit it toward the gate and blast it. That looks splody. Shoot it and watch it blow. Not too close, though. Kaboom! You're in. Almost there. The outpost belongs to your tribe now. He says you made them weaker, but they won't give up. Your Sifu thanks you. Your tribe is growing stronger.
Get out full of us in a habile.
Says you did a great job capturing the outpost. You've earned the privilege of carrying the tribe's weapon.
But where are Yonke?
Figures the honor belongs to the tribe, too. Out of Date says he's doing his best to keep up, but from what he can tell, it seems you're making progress with the tribe conflict.
Loto lo bayo ba lo yualo.
He had a feeling you'd get along with the Myriad tribe, but it remains to be seen what the future holds for your alliance.
Tolo woya lo yalo batolo yo.
You seem to share the same values as the Myriad tribe. You both have the same optimistic outlook on life. At least, for now.
E paso to bubu bukoye.
But Out of Date emphasizes that solving the tribe conflict won't matter unless you help make a stand against the World Eaters. That doesn't sound good. Out of Date's forebodings are justified. The jumbo puff needs to be taken care of.
Shintuata moti huasa valo alo hero.
He says the time has come to confront the jumbo puff at the end of the west route.
Valo alo hero.
Gizmo is working on making his Mekton strong enough to endure the oxygen-deprived dead zone all the way out to the World Eater.
Iboda kelmok.
You should get over there and see what you can do to help. Seems to them that the days are getting shorter as the world strides toward an end. With so much night, you need lanterns to be able to get anything done. Their friend Mito makes the best in the land. Find him if you want one. He's at a place he's named Brightlight, selling his lamps. Listen for the catchy tune. Mito is open for business around the clock, so no need to rush. It's probably easier to find him at night, though. He has so many lanterns, it would be hard to miss him. Bets Mito would give you a fair price. New days always start with hope. Hates how many new beasties are wandering around the world these days. Hard to know what kinds of horrors lurk around every corner. Fortunately, their friend Moog has been writing down the worst ones. Guesses you should look for Steep Depot. At least that's where he set up tent last. Claims that Moog goes where the monsters go, but as he's tracking scripts now, he's probably still at the Steep Depot cliff in the dead zone. Keep your sniffer sniffing for stinky stuff and your eyes peeled for his tent. Moog will appreciate the company. It's not easy to live life in the presence of monsters. Thinks you could, if you can stand being close to him. Let's see. The day almost makes you want to smile. That's a gnote. Easy prey for Loopalupin. For everyone else, they're a perfect mount and easily tamed if they are kept fed. Let's get that mount moving while the getting is good. The board mainly has posts from those that used to work at the chug yard back in the days gone. They don't make much sense these days. Not much more to say about the board, but Gizmo is holed up in the underyard here working on that mekton of his. The Toxanol Corporation used to run chugger-chuggers out of here, big machines on rails with smokestacks that fouled the air. They can carry you anywhere you like. Well, anywhere that they go to, and then you can leg it from there. You're on the right track. Keep your eyes open. Got a good grip on that beastie? Excellent. Half-lifed.
slow. Steel punch. Right between the eyes. History is nothing but a series of stories. Stick in the key. That there's Subnautica Station. Goop flounders around in there. Feel that wind on your skin?
Let's see. Lots of notices on the board for things that made sense in the days when the surf was a lot cleaner. Interesting to see what they cared about here. Wonder if any of it matters now. In the old days, this was a port for boats that went under the surf. They helped clog the surf into goo. They made a lot of green, which is all they really cared about. You should be able to find a track here. Just need to keep your eyes open.